선택했어 yes or yes. 선택했어 yes or yes.
I switched over and we're just right at the moment of an alert. So exciting. We'll keep the alerts on for this chatting portion, and then I'll turn them off when we get into the gameplay. Hi, thank you so much for that, Crystal. Appreciate you gifting that sub. That's over on Twitch. Hello, YouTube as well. We're live on both YouTube and Twitch right now. So I thought Shepard was following me in here, but I guess he changed his mind. He might come in here. I was going to tidy this up back here. And then I didn't. Should we do it right now? Clirbdonk thought it was Shrek, not Shriek. Hey, Miss Goggins. Hello, my name is Eleven. Thank you. This is an official Final Girl shirt. I don't know if they sell them or if they were just giving them to people who do stuff with the company, but it says this on the back. And I got one because, you know, for chat, do you have two sections or is all the chat in one spot? It's all in one spot on screen for you and for me right now, but there is chat in Twitch and chat in YouTube. And I have a way of looking at all of it all at once for help. But there is separate chat in YouTube and separate chat in Twitch. I want a Final Girl shirt without having to pay postage from the U.S. Marzipan Beetle, let me tell you about postage. I feel ya. They sell shirts that have just the front part. They don't have the back. Should have this stuff on the back too. I think it's funny. How is everyone? Thank you for your patience. I know I had a little bit of a late start here.
Yes, oh yes, oh yes.
Thank you so much for that subscription over on Twitch, Solely. I appreciate you. I know some other people have too. Zumherger gave 644 bits. Escapist Artist resubscribed. Mix Elia resubscribed. Thank you so much, everyone. Appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, don't worry, these shenanigans will go away. And if you want to like be a part of the shenanigans, you can come over to Twitch, but you don't have to be. It's just, you know, what happens when we combine the two kind of platforms. So Grumpy Cat, hello. How are you? How is everyone? It is hot and humid, Kevin. I tell you what, it's not humid here, but it's actually quite nice here. But it does get hot. I'm just gonna like, what if I just rearrange slightly so it just looks a little more intentional. There's my gaming, my co-gamer there, my avocado. I am working with my webcam, which you usually only see as a cat cam these days. This chair, I don't think it's long for this world. Do y'all hear that? That is squeaky. That's a squeaky chair. Thank you so much for the bits that I seen. Prodding the treasure train onward. Thank you so much for those bits. Don't worry, YouTube. This will all end eventually. Or maybe you enjoy it. I don't know. R.I.P. chair. Who knows what I was saying? Oh, I am using my webcam for my face today because I need to use my normal face cam as my overhead cam for reasons, and I don't want to talk about it. And it is me not checking ahead of time that I had the power adapter for my normal overhead camera ready to go. I don't know where it is right now. So I had to do some shenanigans. Oh, what I was saying before is I'm starting a little late. Thank you for your patience. Because as normal, I ran into a few little last minute tech things as we were getting started. I was like, why is this not functioning? Who knows? The last thing I'm gonna do, and then let's get into it and talk about the game, is this reflection behind my head is killing me, so I'm moving that. I'm moving it. It's a cool picture, but it is reflecting right now, and I hate it. How's that? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Immediately better. Immediately better. Okay. Today, I'm excited. We are playing a convention-themed feature film. The newest one from the Summer of Fear, I think is what they called it. And this is very appropriate because we're about to be at Gen Con. At least I am. Maybe not everyone is, but I'm sure some people are. So let's play out the horror of being murdered at a convention before we go to a really big convention that doesn't have a lot of security. And thank you, Van Ryder Games, for sponsoring this stream. I was going to use my warming mug, I can't remember what it's called, my Ember mug that I got for Christmas to keep my coffee warm during the stream, but then I realized I had this I was using before, and it just felt right to use my You Died mug for this game. So here we are. Okay. Don't mention Gen Con. Why, Sir Grumpy Cat? Y'all, my Gen Con schedule is wild. I realized I've left myself very little time to actually just, like, enjoy the convention. So, that's a thing. Yeah. If you like Final Girl, and you're here, so you probably do, and you're going to be at Gen Con, I will be in the Van Ryder Games room. So not their booth, but they have a room. I can't remember what it is, but you'll have to look it up. And every morning from like 9 to 10, I think, it might be until 10:30. 9 to 10 or 10:30, I will be there along with other IRL final girls like Meg, I think will be there, and other people. And we'll be there like hanging out and signing promo cards and talking. So if you want to come by and pick up a promo card if you don't have one already and get it signed or just like talk, thank you for the follow, hit nook. Like that, you will definitely be able to find me guaranteed being all final girl about it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. So that is and Cassie and Julie, but also Meg, right? She was on the email. I don't know. But we'll be there. So that will be a great way to say hi. Clorbdonk is hearing a lot of noise from the other room where the cat is. You might need to go check on that, Clorbdonk. Cool. Hi, Bored at Home. What is my favorite Final Girl scenario so far out of all of them? I have a very hard time answering that question. I actually really liked the one we played. Was it Falconwood Files that we played last time and I really liked, or was it... Oh, no. It was the other special one right before UK Games Expo. Bad Times at Buddyland, or whatever it was. I really had a good time playing that one. So that might be my most recent favorite, because I really enjoyed that one a lot. Paulus, you're going to see me on Thursday? That's wonderful. So anybody at Gen Con who's about to be murdered, find Paula, ask her to protect you. Exactly. It's like a Five Nights at Freddy's vibe, dichotic. Yeah, Acorn Squash, it brings up a good point that I am not known. Thank you for the follow, Tegassi. I'm not known for saving victims in this game. Not known for it. But we're going to see what happens. This is actually really interesting. Let's switch over to... Where's my gosh, I just have, I'll fix all of that in a minute. Let's switch over to this screen here where we can see Stiff. And I'm going to mute the alerts. Since we're going to start doing game chat. Yes, last time Acorn Squash, I did focus on saving victims, and then I got pretty destroyed, I think. Yeah, Marzipan, those are the last two I played, Buddyland and then Falconwood. Yeah, Falconwood, I saved a lot of people. Hold on, let me see if I can move my warming. I can't. This isn't gonna, I'm not gonna be able to keep my coffee warm, everyone. I'll put it on here for now. I saved a ton of victims when I was playing Falconwood, but then I like barely was able to engage with the actual mechanisms that makes the Falconwood one like interesting. Like I wasn't able to like pick up all the information I needed to like find my friend and get her or whatever it was. You know what? I will 100% sign the Santa Hat promo, Paulus. If you have it, bring it. And if you don't have it and you can get it there, do that. 100%. I'll sign whatever. Yeah, totally. Totally, I will. Great Kevin comes up with a good idea, which is if you would like to be saved at Gen Con, paint yourself yellow so that you look like a victim. Oh no, where was this? Event hall. Okay. Luckily I have a little setup guide here. John Burgess, Bad Times at Buddyland is also very Willy's Wonderland inspired. I don't know Willy's Wonderland. I'll have to look that up. My coffee warmer sounds exactly like a PS5 turning on. Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen Paula's look with dice. I'm not sure how many lives she's saying. Bring some giant dice nunchucks. Protect yourself at the con. As long as they're only cosplay level weapons. I think I'm going to have to like get them inspected and then put a yellow tag on them or whatever the rules are. It's starring Nick Cage? Okay, I'll have to look into that, John Burgess. I don't know it. Oof, Hornist, please hydrate yourself. Please hydrate. Oh, Border Home, that's awesome. I'll have to make sure to come by the All Play booth and say hi. He was full Cage in that movie. Okay, here we are at Mega BGCon, y'all. Dun 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 dun. So we are playing in, this is called Shriek, and we're 17 minutes and 50 seconds into, hold on. I just need to jot down the rough time I should mark that the gameplay starts in this for myself. For when I make chapters on YouTube. It is now 18:15. Okay. Here we are, Mega BGCon. The feature film name for this one is called Shriek. Sounds kind of like Scream. And we have this killer, Mort, the teenage dirtbag. But the thing in this one is we don't know who Mort is because, like in Scream, everyone is wearing this mask, or maybe specifically Scream 2. More specifically. And you can't tell who is the real killer and who isn't, because Mort is a master of disguise and is cosplaying at this convention as all the different killers from other Final Girl feature films. So if we pull up this, we've got little meeples here. You might be able to see. Turn on my little document camera, see if we can show some of. So we have all these little, focus. Will it focus? It might not want to. So like we have Krampus, and I think that might be, I need to look at them more closely, but they're killers from different ones. We have Geppetto right here, and this is the Terminator style person, and this is Dr. Fright, and this is Hans. So I don't remember where these were, but that's okay. They go in random empty spaces during setup. So he's cosplaying basically as, or they, because we don't know their gender, are cosplaying. I could cosplay as Board Game Geek John Pope. I'm just seeing that over on YouTube. Are the YouTube messages coming through? Yes, they are. I don't know if my blue jumpsuit still fits me. So they are cosplaying as the different killers from different Final Girl feature films, and he's a master of disguise, so he's able to quickly change his costume. We don't know who is it. So the main thing we need to do here is save victims, but we need to try and figure out who Mort is. Which one of these costumes, which one of these suspects is actually Mort? And the way we're going to do that is we have cards out for all the different suspects, all the different killers, and it gives us like details about them. And as we are going through the game, I should actually, yeah, these are fine. We have this little clue card, and you see how it's one of those where it's got like hidden text on it. So we're going to be able to use this to like reveal things. Let me use one that is not the one we're using for our game so you can see. So as we get clues, we're going to reveal information. So for example, if this was our clue card, it's not the one for the game. It comes with a whole, like, there's so many, and they're front and back. So this is like essentially infinitely replayable. Rob C says, so Paula, have you ever played Scarface 1920? I haven't, but I think I've heard good, no, maybe it's the Godfather game I've heard good things about. Hey, Adam Holt. Yeah, I'm excited about it too. So, if we were to flip a token that says, look at clue number 3, we put this on here, and then we can see that it says, Mort is not from Series 3. So then we would go through all these cards and see who, Series 2, Series 2. We'd find all the ones that say Series 3. like these two, which is Razorface and Tormentor, and we'd remove them. And then we'd take their little suspect meeples and take them off the board, because we know that they are not Mort. And so we don't even have any health for Mort until we figured out their true identity, in which case, let's say that their true identity we discover is Baghead. This becomes the finale card, and that's how we figure out how much health they have. And we can't damage Mort or kill him until we figured that out. So our main thing is we must figure that out. That is a big part of this killer. There are a lot of different rules in this set, by the way, everyone, from the Mega BGCon location rules and the killer rules. I'm going to do my best to stay on top of all of them. If you're familiar with this set, if you had a chance to play it, help me stay on top of it. And if not, give me just a slight amount of grace for things I potentially get a little messed up. But hopefully I will get everything right. So the way that we discover clues is we need to use one of the special cards. You can see my little card market is taking up a lot more room than normal. We will need to get either coerce or interrogate cards to be able to get clues. So if we get the interrogate card and take that action, we panic the suspect. So this is specifically for interacting with a suspect, interviewing them, we're interrogating them. They will panic, and we get to reveal a clue. And we'll just reveal one of these random tokens, and then whichever one we do, we like put by the thing so we know which one we've already done. Chat is Mort. As Mighty Games, you figured it out. You figured it out. Hey, Didlass again. How are you? Adam Holt is asking, says, I see the teardrop dice. Do you prefer to use them over the normal dice? I have been using them lately because when I build up the tears and get extra movement, I have found that it helps my games a lot. So I have been using them in the last 3 or 4 games now, I think. Okay, so that's how interrogate works. And then if we do coerce... So as suspects are, is it when you interrogate them? Let me double check. Or when you know. Just checking when suspects become informants, which are these little like kind of beige, natural wood kind of colored meeples. Let me just double check. I did literally just read this. Informants are victims. When you save an informant, you reduce the horror. If the informant is killed, you increase horror. Please help me remember that. The killer will prioritize informants over victims, but how do they become informants? I literally was just reading this. The suspects become informants, I think, once you've interrogated them. I'm so sorry, everyone. I literally was just looking at this. Whenever you successfully resolve, either interrogate or coerce, and reveal a clue, use the clue viewer, determine which suspects cannot be Mort. For each suspect card discarded, remove the... Okay, yes. Okay. So, once we determine this suspect cannot be Mort because of the clue, they come off the board and they're replaced with an informant meeple. That's how we get the informant meeples. So, coerce is an action that can only be taken with informants. Let's put them here with some victims. And then interrogate can only be taken with suspects. Now, if we don't know who Mort is, how can the killer action happen? Well, Mort could be anyone. So when it's time to take the killer action, we're going to pull a token. Hi, Matt Osterline. How are you doing? We're going to pull a token out of this bag. Okay, this is Dr. Fright. There's a picture on one side and the name on the other. So the Dr. Fright meeple, which is this one, will be acting as the killer in this round. And then we put this back in the bag. Now, if we pull a token for a suspect we've eliminated, we take that token out of the bag and then nothing happens. There's no killer face. So it benefits us a lot to start like eliminating suspects, because if they come out of this bag, we get to skip the killer face. That's the main stuff with Mort. The horror starts at 3, so it's not so bad. There is this little token here, and basically what this means is if the bloodlust gets up to the top, this token comes off and it goes down here on our player area, on our player board. And it basically means if the horror keeps going up, instead of increasing the bloodlust every time, which is what normally happens, you lose time. So that's what that token is. Okay, let's talk very quickly about the nuances of the location for Mega BGCon. Oh, so cool. Treatin B, I'm sorry if I've said your name wrong, says, I'm signed up for the play intake of this at Gen Con. That's going to be so awesome. That'll be so fun. You know what? Defease brings up a good point. Maybe Mort had his haul stolen, and now he's just taking revenge, you know? Okay, so one thing that's interesting about this map is there are no search icons anywhere on it, because you can search from any location, which is very cool. But what kind of area of the board you're in will determine what deck you pull from. So the food court is just this one little space. But then you have the exhibit area, which is everything that has this little like spades symbol in yellow. So these rooms and these rooms. And then you have the general area, which is the hallways and the event hall. And I think the event docks as well count as the general area. Oh, and the tarmac where I'm starting. So it might be easier to actually get items in this because you can search from anywhere. What else is important here? Panicking is going to work differently in this game. So because Mort is in disguise, no victims will actually panic until we reveal the identity of Mort. So we're basically skipping the panic phase, but I do have these cards create a panic because I'm going to need to get victims to move. So there's an exit here. There's an exit here. There's an exit here. Here's the thing, is in this scenario, in this location, victims will not, they're having a really good time at the booths. They don't want to leave. They're not going to follow me willingly out of the exhibitor's area. If I want them to come into the general area, I'm going to have to force them. I'm going to have to create a panic and hope that they run into the hallway. And then from there, they'll follow me around to an exit. But they will not willingly leave an exhibit area and follow me into a different kind of area. So that's a big thing. When we're in the main hallway and victims are panicking, we're going to roll 2 dice because there's a lot of doors, so the numbers are higher. We have booth events and actions that are going to happen like every turn now. So every turn during the upkeep phase, we're going to draw a booth card and something's going to happen. It might mean we draw a booth event or we just spawn new victims at different locations. So that's how that works. There's a lot going on in this one, y'all. There's a lot going on. And then I think the last thing that is worth talking about is there's a little bit of movement. So you can see maybe, I wonder actually, one benefit of this is we could like zoom in a little. Okay. So here we can see some of these spaces have these blue arrows. And that's because you can see like when you're in the back or even like right here at the exits, there's less people, there are fewer people, it's less crowded. So you can move more quickly. So if you're moving, if you're starting your move action, going from a space If you're moving to a space connected by those arrows, it has to be the first space you're moving into. You get to roll an extra die to resolve your movement test because it's easier to move through there. Oh, Kyron Kravshira, I'm sorry for stumbling over your name. Kyron Kravshira. I wish you could stay too, but this will be a VOD. You'll be able to catch it later on the YouTube channel. So, hey, Mayor of Canada, congratulations on all the steps in the cans collected today. So that's the last thing about this. I think that's everything, and hopefully we will remember it all. Oh, nope. Didn't mean to zoom in more. So the last thing is picking our final girl. So I thought I would show off the 2 that come with this set, but if you all want, I could play with mine, which I almost never do. So these are cool. They have, the reason I thought it might be fun to play with these is because they're really different from the normal kind of final girl. So Adrian starts with 6 health. Maureen starts with 5. Sorry. Here they're non-ultimate power sides. So look, there's not spots to put victims when you save them. It's very cool though. So each time you save a victim, you gain a time. Place the victim on this card and roll a die. If the result is lower than the number of victims on this card, you activate your ultimate ability. I think I want to try one of these. That's both of their powers. I think it's so cool. I think maybe we do this, and next time I play Final Girl, I think I'll play as me. But this is so neat, right? So you put a victim on here, you roll a die, and if you roll under, and maybe I will because I tend to roll low, you get to flip this over and get your ultimate ability. So Adrian has, you may discard 1 victim from this card in exchange for one of the following. Gain 2 time, heal, move 1 space, or you can discard 2 victims from this card in exchange for one of the following. Lower the horror, +1 on your next attack, +1 on your next horror roll. I can save victims before the reveal. I just cannot damage the killer before the reveal. Maureen has once per action phase, you may discard 1 or 2 victims from this card to resolve any 1 action card from the action tableau as though it was in your hand. If you chose to discard only 1 victim from the card, you remove the action card from the game after resolving its effects. What? Hey, bye, Sir Grumpy Cat. Thanks for being here. So, what do y'all think? Those are... I think I'm going to get more use out of Adrian, though this Maureen power is very cool. Because I could be like, I'm just going to take a critical blow, and I'm going to do it. Because Adrian is kind of like having tier dice, except the tier tokens are victims. Let's try Adrian. I think that's neat. Okay, so right now I have me on the board, but we could use Adrian. I think it's this one. Yeah, this is Adrian. She's got a little. She got it. She got a gun. Probably not allowed to bring that with you into into a convention. And also, this is the Mort meeple that comes with this. I really want to do, maybe my next Final Girl stream will just be a painting stream. I think that would be pretty cool, actually. Board at home, I won't be doing any event at BGCon where I'm playing or teaching the game, but I will be in the Ryder games room every morning, Thursday, Friday, Saturday of BGCon, from like 9 to 10 or 10:30. I'm just like hanging out, but I'm not doing any official like teaching or playing. Hey, Jeremiah Blob, how are you? Okay. I think then we're ready. Please do wave at me as Mighty Games. Anyone, if you see me at BGCon, please wave at me. I would love for you to say hi. It makes me feel nice. I'm doing tons of live shows at Gen Con Corp Dunk. I'll post on my Instagram a schedule of all of them. Yes, Ardan Henry says, remember, if you see Paula, follow her until she shows you the exits. But only 2 at a time. Only 2 can follow me at a time. All right. Actual gameplay starting here at 35:57. Let's go. Okay, so we're playing as Adrian. We need to get clues to figure out who the bad guy is, who the killer is. I'm gonna put my mouse aside so I can have my dice tray back over here. Okay. Oh, and I'll talk about the killer face. So, did I mention this already? Oh, no, yeah, I did. We'll pull a token, and that'll be who does the killer action. Oh, we have to have our starting event. I remembered without anyone having to tell me. Annoying reporter. Okay. The annoying reporter event. So we have a special meeple. Place the annoying reporter in your space. She must follow you when you move, and you lose time if she is in your space at the end of the action phase. What? In order to save her, discard the weak attack action card while in an exit space. I basically have to, like, push her out. Thank you so much for resubscribing, CF2G, over on Twitch. Hey, Oblivion601. Oh, Matt Osterling, that is a bummer, but hopefully we'll see you at another one. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this. Place the annoying reporter in your space. This is Courtney Storm on the scene. She must follow you when you move, and you lose time if she's in your space at the end of the action phase. So I have to well, here's the thing. I can actually just immediately get rid of her. Because in order to save her, discard the weak attack action card while in an exit space. I start in an exit space in this setup. So I'm here. I start in an exit space. So all I have to do first thing on my turn is discard the weak attack card, which is I start with in my hand, and I can get rid of her. So I actually think this is okay. Under the sink. Mayor of Canada, that is funny. Under the sink. So I think the first thing we do is just deal with this. So, first thing to do is weak attack. We do have to roll this and try and push her out of here and get her away. So, we have 2 dice. I would like to not take damage, so it would be nice to get 2 successes, but 1 is... Oh, I haven't given myself health. 6. I need 5 more tokens. Hold on. Did y'all see my first roll? Did y'all see what happened there? You might not be able to see it. Oh, you have to discard it, not play it. You're right. In order to save her, discard the weak attack action card. That's even better because that was a bad roll. Get out of here. Discarded. It's just discarded. Yay! Thank you for saving me, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Okay, now I have health. Now I have health. Mask for Mask, the Final Girl tray is semi-new. It came in the box of... No, in the... Shoot, what is it that you sent me, Zimherger? In the box of, like, accessories where I got the tier dice, they included this tray. which I do like. It's not as cool as the really beautiful wooden tray that Hello, My Name is 11 made for me, but that one just takes up a lot more room on the table. Okay, so all we have to do, thanks to chat for reminding me, is discard this in an exit space. Boop. You gone. I shove her and go, hey, actually, I think I saw shut up and sit down over there. And I push her. And then I run inside so that she can't find me. So this counts as saving her in order to save her. So this goes on our card. And now, each time you save a victim, we gain a time instead of losing a time. Thanks, lady. We roll a die. If the result is lower than the number of victims, you may flip it over. So, I can't, because I can't roll lower than a 1. It's a 5. Of course, just wasted a success roll. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Thanks for being in the YouTube chat. How's it going? Okay, that was one thing. We need to get... Okay, so this is important. Let's talk about how we get these cards we need. So create a panic, which is how we're going to get people to move out of the exhibitors hall. It doesn't cost time, but I have to discard an action card to take it, okay? Interrogate and coerce. Coerce costs 2, interrogate costs 3. And I have no informant, so I'm going to have to take the interrogate card first. So I can't interrogate anyone on this first turn because I don't have the card in my hand. But I can try and move in and try and leave enough time to grab it. So... Bye, Dichotic. I hope you get some rest. Let's see here. There's a hammer in the general area, which gives me roll an extra die when resolving the create a panic card because you're threatening people with a hammer. That's very funny. And it also adds a damage to your attacks. We have a Van Ryder games bag. Immediately discard this item and take the top 2 item cards from any item deck. That's sweet. The energy drink is so cool. Discard to skip the next killer phase. But that's in the food court, which is way over here. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. So we could move into the side docks and then try and come into the Van Ryder games area to be set up to try and interrogate Hans next turn. I think maybe we do that. So let me play a walk and see if I can get into this area. So we roll 2 dice. And hope that we can move 2 spaces would be good. I just rolled 2 ones. Do I get 2 tiers for that because I have 2 tiers showing? I cannot convert this to a success. I can't remember because I don't have the rules in front of me. I think I get 2 tiers because those are both 1s. So we're taking 2. We're taking 2, and I don't care if it's the real rules or not. It's basically already being house ruled by even just having tier dice. Right? I'll take 1 back if everyone in chat tells me I'm wrong. But I think I get 2 for that. That sucks. I can move up to 1 space, take a damage, and lose 2 time. Ugh. Or I can just lose 2 time. I'll move a space. Take a damage. Lose 2 time. I think I will stop there, frankly. I'm going to stop there. You're crying so much. Are you sure that avocado isn't an onion in cosplay? It might be. I'm going to stop there. I have 5 time to spend, so I'm going to spend 3 on getting an interrogate card. which leaves me 2, and I think that I'm going to get a search card. Okay, that goes back to 6. We'll put these cards back. They're both 0 cost, so they'll go to our 0 cost section. And we will... Oh! No, I did do this. I gained the time for saving the victim. Okay. Now we have to do the killer phase. So, the way this works... Shazira says, ah, yes, I definitely read that as Final Girl Shrek at first. You are not the only one. And I might have miswritten it, misspelled it, you know, like, there's no telling. They really do need to do a Shrek version. That would be very funny. So, we pull a token from the bag to see who... The booth event happens during the upkeep phase. And we're not there yet. Okay, yes, because we are in the killer phase. So this is the person who's going to function as the killer this round. It is the hunter. A hunter must hunt. So that's this dude. So this person is functioning as the killer, and this will go back into the bag. Let me just double check. It does go back into the bag. It doesn't specify, but I'm pretty sure it goes back into the bag because you remove them from the bag when the killer has been, when someone's been removed as a suspect. So that goes back into the bag. They will, they're actually, wow, most killers do not start with moving and attacking. So, okay, they're going to target either final girl or victim, move, and attack. So they're going to come this way because this victim is closest and I'm right here. Oh, poor... Which one is this? If y'all can call out, if you can see, I don't know how well you can see the names of the board game companies in these booths. But they're all parodies of real board game companies. So, other than Van Ryder Games. So if you notice any, and they'll be in the booth cards we flip over to, call out what you... Like, who can guess what Pristine Continent Games is? Hi, Krizakan, also coming in thinking we were playing Shrek, fighting against an ogre. All right, so he's going to... has a movement of 1 and an attack of 1. So that is enough to get into... chicken games. That's not what it's called. And attack this victim. It only takes 1 to kill them, so they die, sadly. And the bloodlust will go up 1. And then we will pull a terror card. Pandemonium. Panic all suspects and informants and then raise the horror by 2. That is so much to panic. How am I going to keep track of what I... Oh yeah, Acorn Squash, you got one. Hat Rock is Capstone Games. This truly is pandemonium. Look at all the things I have to panic here. Before we forget, I'm going to raise the horror by 2, which I'm not a huge fan of, so from 3 to 5. And then everyone has to panic. And the suspects. Okay. Let's try and do this in some sort of reasonable way. Oh, the chicken is Roxley Games. I bet you're right. I think you're right, Defease. We'll see when we see the name on one of these booth cards. Oh yeah, PTCG is definitely Seema. We'll just start here and work our way around. So 6 comes into my space. That's actually convenient. Now we'll go here to Hans. 5 comes out into the hall. We'll go here to the big bad wolf. I was like, a werewolf? Yeah. A 1, so comes into here. Now this guy, a 6, he's gonna come into. This might be Inkanyamba. I'm not sure. No, it isn't. I don't know who that is. Inkanyamba has like a headdress and stuff. I think this might be the poltergeist. I can't tell. But they'll go next. A 1, they come out into the hall. This victim. A 2, they'll come in here. This is Geppetto. 6, he'll come into here. And then we'll do these victims. Excuse me, I need to cough. Oh, that would be a great round for Lost in the Shuffle Acorn Squash. Oh, we need to roll 2 dice for the hallway because of the numbers. Okay, 7. So this one comes into here. I'm going to lay them down just so I can keep track of who I've done already. Next, 6 comes into here. This one. 7 goes into here. This one. 10 goes to this center hallway, which is an exit. That could be convenient. Hans, we already panicked. We need to do this person, the event hall, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. 5 more. 2. They come into the exit. All right. This guy, a 5, he'll come into the hall. This guy, Baghead, a 2, he'll stay where he is. This victim, a 5, they'll come into the hall. This is crazy that everyone is panicking right now. This is the Tormentor or whatever, I think. 1, she'll stay, and then Krampus, a 6, he will stay where he is. Okay, that was a lot of panicking. That was a lot. I'd like to think of this as less of panicking. I'll stand these people back up now. And more like someone announced a new set of Lorcana and everyone ran to go try and get it. That's what I feel like actually happened here. Ryan Clements, yes, he's the one that looks like the Arcane Wonders logo. I think that's this one. Once we flip over, which we're about to do, booth cards, we'll start to see their like names as well. Okay. So then we did our killer phase. There's no actual panicking other than the one we just did because of the terror card. And then we have the upkeep phase. So this is when we draw booth cards and see what happens. Here you go. We have follower games. We will roll a die, and depending on what we get, determines what we resolve on this card. Okay, a 3. A 1 to 3, we will spawn a victim at this booth. So a victim shows up to check out follower games in their new game called Sprout or Weed, or what's a good opposite pun for root? Anyway, this is discarded. We'll just put it up here for now. Off camera. Branch? Ooh, I like branch. Tour. Root backwards. That's upkeep. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Perfect. My turn again. Whew, there's a lot. So the first thing I want to do is I want to try and interrogate this suspect. Because I'm in the space with the hunter. Tip? What do you mean by tip, Defease? Like you want to offer me a tip? Or do you mean like instead of the word root? That might be what you mean. Talk, or I'll alter your costume so it isn't canonically correct. That's exactly how you interrogate a cosplayer, R. Dan Henry. So we're going to play this. Okay. So what we need to do is... It's going to cost a lot of time if we don't get 2 successes, which makes sense. Now, don't forget, we have 2 tier dice to work with here. I'm really upset. These are 2 fails. Y'all, why is this happening to me? My last roll I rolled 2 1s, and this one I've just rolled 2 2s. Yeah, 4. You have 4 tier dice to work with. Hey, Dobby, this one is kind of like Scream. So basically what this means is, as a total failure, the horror goes up 1. I need to lower the horror. This is very bad. I lose 3 time, but the suspect panics, and I take this card back into my hand. That's about as bad as it could have gotten. We really need to start figuring out who Mort is. But I get 2 tokens. All right, the suspect panics. So let's see where he goes. A 4. So on our board, that is to the exit. He's on the tarmac now. And this card comes back into my hand at least. Let's focus. Let's see if we can lower the horror a little bit. Good old Paula dice rolling. That's right. So we're going to roll 2 dice because the horror's in a really bad spot. Wow. I can't believe it. I am rolling real garbage. So I have a fail and I have... I can convert. And I wonder if I should. Oh boy, y'all. Okay. I guess I'll discard my focus and my short rest. And I'll convert this to a success. And I will lower the horror just by 1, and I will lose a time to do it. So I only have 2 time left. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend all 4 of my tier dice right now. My tier tokens, excuse me. 2 to move 1 space. I'm going to move into the Van Ryder Games booth. And then 2 to move 1 space to move into the main hallway where I will interrogate, I'll interrogate Hans. Because I still have that card in my hand. We're going to try this again. And then that'll be it. So 2 dice. We're hoping to get at least 1 success. I'm going to roll different dice from now on. Just so everyone is clear, I have rolled 2 4s. 2 4s. Thank you for those bit slivers. I have a little bit of a scratchy throat still, Clorpdonk, but I'm actually feeling a lot better. Alright, I guess I'm getting rid of my other 2 cards to convert. Like, I have to do this. This is not good to have no cards and no time. I'm going to have a really bad turn. I'm basically be able to do nothing next turn. But I have to do this. I'm just going to... We're committing to it. Man, that's awful. So I'm discarding those 2 cards to convert one of these that I rolled to a success. And that lets me panic the suspect, reveal a clue, but I lose 3 time, which means I will have no time left to buy any cards with. I will only have these 2 cards in my hand left over from last turn. Yeah, the dice are the big bad evil guy or whatever it stands for here. Metal 219 is getting this next week at Gen Con. I hope you enjoy it. Le Petit Chef, Matt Osterling, thank you for your empathy, your sympathy with me. Okay. But the good news is first, okay, we're going to panic Hans because that's who we... So that's a 1. Oh, we were supposed to roll 2 because we're in the main hall. That's a 4. So he'll go into the PTCG booth. But we reveal a clue. So I'm going to reveal one of these tokens, and that's going to tell us one of these numbers to look at. So we're going to look at number 4. Let's look at it together. I'm going to put my little thing on number 4, and we're going to get some info. This says, can you guys read that? Mort is not wearing a mask. So, we now are going to look at all of these and take out whoever is wearing a mask. And we're going to replace them with informants on the board. I'm in one of the brand new expansions, Board at Home. This is a very complicated version of the game. Okay, so Baghead is wearing a mask. Big Bad Wolf is wearing a mask. It's probably only 2 for each clue. Face paint. Oh my goodness. This is actually really helpful. A lot of people are wearing a mask. Hans is wearing a mask. Krampus is wearing a mask. This is... Tormentor is wearing a mask. So everyone else is in face paint. We just got rid of half of our suspects. That was incredible, actually. I didn't think we were going to... That might have actually been worth it. The fact that we flipped over clue number 4, we got rid of so many people. Mask for mask. Some masks are good, just not if you're a killer. Wow, that's really, really incredible. Okay, thank you, game. So these people are all getting replaced. So we have the Tormentor who is here. Let me switch. Tormentor comes off. And we replace her with an informant. Can you even tell the difference? On camera, those look exactly the same color. But I'll point out, that's an informant and that's a victim. In real life, they look different. On camera, those look exactly the same. Okay, I'll put those up here. Krampus. Bye, Crampy boy. He gets replaced. Hans, who we just chased off, he gets replaced with an informant. And we can save informants. Big Bad Wolf, he gets replaced. I'm so happy. And Baghead, who's right here, he gets replaced. So now we have informants who we can ask questions of. You can coerce an informant, and it costs less than the interrogate card, which costs 3. All right, that's pretty sweet. That means we have basically a 50-50 chance of getting to skip the killer phase. It is a lot of minis for one set, yes. Because they have one for each killer, and they're teeny tiny. Okay. Cool. Worth it. So I can't buy any new cards, so I'm just going to put everything back in the market. Didn't even get to use the search. And then take these 2 cards. So in my hand next turn, I have only 2 cards. I'll probably be doing nothing. Oof, I don't even have a focus to keep trying to make the horror go down. But that's my turn, so now it's the killer phase. So we're going to pull a token from the bag and hope that it's one of the suspects we just cleared, because then we can ignore it. Oh, sorry, the beep was me putting my coffee mug on a warming plate. It beeps when I put it on there. All right. Tormentor. Oh, it is one. It is one we removed from the game. Sorry, you can't really see. We just removed this as a suspect, which means this token comes out of the game. It doesn't go back in the bag, and we skip the killer phase. Ugh, I'm so happy. So let's flip over a tarot card. Minor Dark Power. This is actually really good. It's actually not good. Never mind. Quick Slash. Whenever you reveal a clue, take damage. Discard this card when the finale is revealed or after resolving a 2-star success on either an interrogate or coerce card. Yick. That's pretty nasty. We might actually have to heal in this game. But no one died. No one panics. It's upkeep phase. We're going to reveal a booth card. Hold on, let me get close here. You can see this. Slate Mayor Games. Oh, man. Oh, we roll a die and see what we get. A 6. So this means we resolve a booth event. Sorry, I have something in my eye. So, we flip over a booth event card. Star Sighting. Do you know who that is? If there are no special victims in play, reveal event cards until you find one with a special victim and resolve it. Then shuffle the revealed event cards back into the event deck. Take the special victim closest to the booth and place it in the booth space. So we're going to get a special victim, resolve its situation, and then put it in the Slate Mayor booth. So, okay, we immediately got one, and it's very funny because it is the Media Starlet, which works because we've had a star sighting. Hey, Frostnite GT, thank you for resubscribing over on Twitch. Reveal a booth card and place the Media Starlet in that space. I'm actually not going to do that because we know she needs to go into, he or she needs to go into the Slate Mayor Games booth because that's what this says. So I'm not going to reveal a card to put in a booth just to move them. I think that's silly. The Media Starlet will not follow you under any circumstances. If you save the Media Starlet, you may look through the unused item cards and choose one to take. How are we going to make that happen? We have to force her to panic, or we have to hope she just panics, and then we get in an exit space with her and shove her again, basically. That's so funny that she won't follow you. Okay, so that was our booth event. Oh, hello, Mark. Guten Tag? It's evening there, probably. Well, maybe Tag is right. Guten Abend. Is that, did I make that up? Is that a thing? Hello. There you go. Media Starlet. Can I pretend someone heard Bonds was nearby and they shoved you out of the way to go see her? Yes, you can. Okay, that is that. It's my turn. I can't do much. She won't follow you. She won't like you. She definitely won't subscribe. You know what I'm going to try and do? This is crazy, but maybe I can save these people. I'm one space away and they're in an exit. So I'm going to use this card and try to walk. And if I can get into this space, it's only one space away, I can save these 2 victims. So let's do that and hope that it's okay. I only have 1 card in my hand, but I'm going to get all these back. Okay. Rolling 2 dice. Okay, 1 success. I can move up to 1 space and I lose a time, but that's all I needed. That's all I needed. So I lose a time and I go 1 into the center hallway where I will save these 2 victims because I'm in the space with them. So I put them on this card. And now I roll a die. And if I roll a 2 or a 1, I get to unlock my ultimate ability. I love Adrian's hair. I want my hair to look like that. It kind of sort of does, but she's shorter than mine. I gain a time. Each time you save a victim, do we think I saved 2. I'm going to gain 2 time. Take that. That's how I'm playing that. Okay. So roll and we want a 2 or a 1. I rolled a 6. Of course I'm going to roll high when I want to roll low. That's how a dice curse works. You know it's a tough game when you celebrate being able to walk. It's true. It's very true. I knew it. Guten Abend is good evening. I knew I was saying something right, but I did doubt myself. Thank you for resubscribing over on Twitch. Board Game Geek 84. All right. That's it. That's all I'm going to do because I only have 1 card left and it's a weak attack and it's not worth doing anything with. So this stays in my hand. I have 7. So I am going to get, I think, a coerce and an interrogate. That'll spend 5. And then maybe I try and grab a search again. A search or a sprint. It would be nice to be able to get some items. Should I sprint or should I search? Make a choice, Paula, make a choice. I am going to get a search. I'm going to get a search with my last 2. I probably should have gotten 2 close calls, but here we are. And then I get all these cards back in my hand, my 0 cost cards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in my hand. That is 1 away from the hand limit. So we had 1 low card turn, but it turned out actually pretty good. And now I have a bunch of cards. Okay. So now it's the killer phase. And we need to pull a token from the bag. We have less than a 50-50 chance now, but still a pretty high chance of pulling a suspect who we've cleared. Let's see. It is Krampus, and I believe we cleared Krampus. He's, yes, off the board. So guess what? This comes out of the bag. Nothing happens. Now, the more people we go through like that, the more likely we're going to pull an actual killer. But this is good. We're biding our time. We're biding our time a little. I'm gonna get my coffee back now. Okay, and then we do a booth event or a booth card, and it might cause an event. Oh no! First we do a terror card. You have to do a terror card before you do your upkeep phase. All right. A lot going on today. That's going to be me every day of Gen Con. We pull an event card. If there's one or fewer events in play, nope. If there are 2 or more events in play, resolve another terror card. So let's do an event, and then we have to draw another terror card. Industry bad boy. Who do we think that is? Some love him, some hate him. Reveal a booth card and place the bad boy in that space. Immediately choose him to be your friend or enemy. Okay, so he's going to Pristine Continent Games. I think he should be our enemy, and here's why. So if we look at this card, let me pull up our close-up here. If he's our friend and we save him, the horror will go down by 2. But what's my track record with saving people? It's not great. So we could just ignore him. If he's my enemy and he's saved, we lose health. If he's my enemy and he's killed, we don't increase the bloodlust. I say, let him do his thing. Let him do his thing. He's my enemy. I'll just ignore him. I will happily ignore him. All right, but now we have to draw another terror card. Cosplay photo op. Move yourself and all victims 1 space closest to the nearest suspect. If you are in a space with the suspect, lose 3 time. We're back. We should be back at 6 now. And then the horror goes up by 1. Ugh, my horror level is out of control, y'all. Dobby. Okay, move yourself and all victims 1 space closer to the nearest suspect. All right, this person comes in here. Do we think they go to 6 or 5? Let's spread them out. I think that makes more sense. There. This person comes into the food court. These people, I guess technically this person, wait, these were already in a space with a suspect. So I think they'll stay. They're already in a space. These will all come into the hall. Wow, everyone's coming into the hallway because there's a suspect in the main hallway. And they all will come 1 space closer. Oh boy, the hall just got very crowded. And I think our bad boy will move in here. Okay, I think that, wow, they all are, and me. And if I'm in a space with a suspect, I am. Wow, I'm so giant compared to everyone else. Look at this hall. We're all queued up for a show or something, apparently. But this might help me get some people saved. I'm in a space with a suspect. Dr. Fright, so I lose 3 time. Okay, and then the horror goes up by 1. Okay. Now it's upkeep phase and we pull a booth card. Yee. It is outside down games. Let's roll a die. A 5, which means we're going to resolve a booth event. Yeah, everybody in here is coming back with Concrud. New hotness. Place 2 new victims in the booth space. Outside down games is up here, so there are 2 new victims up there. All the suspects are those horrible people. Just all the suspects are people cosplaying as killers. But they're probably just normal fans, you know, not weirdos at all. Yeah, this filled walking path feels very Essenspiel to me. Yes. Okay. That's that. Again, there's no panicking because no one died, and also no one panics unless I force them to or until the killer is revealed. And we don't know who the killer is yet. So it's back to my turn. I'm starting only with 3 time here. We're in a space. Should we, I think, we should do we could interrogate and coerce because we're in a space with an informant and with a suspect. The informant, coercing is a lot less punishing if we fail. So let's try to coerce. And then we might do some focus. Oh, ITEL brings up a good point. It is not to min-maxy, I don't think, to discard a free card you have no use for, to get a time and grab a close call. I think actually that is not a bad idea. We'll see so I think that's something to think about at the end of this turn. I think I have to do that at the end of the action phase when I'm buying new cards during my planning phase. I don't think I can just do it anytime, but if that's wrong, if I can do that anytime, then someone let me know. All right, so we're going to coerce. We're going to coerce this informant. Now, let me just double check. If this works, does the informant stay on the board? No. Coerce can only be resolved while in a space with an informant. After successfully coercing an informant, you will remove them from the board. Okay. So, let's roll some dice and hope to get... It would be very... Oh, it literally says it on the card as well, everyone. Remove the informant from the game, reveal one clue. I would love to get 2 successes here. Okay, I got 1 success, and I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Remove the informant from the game, reveal 1 clue. We do lose a time, but that's okay. So, this informant comes out of the game, and we are going to now reveal another clue here. So, let's flip over another. Nothing will be as helpful, I think, as the first one we grabbed. Let's see what this one is. Okay. That's clue number 1. So, let's take this. Let's get it nice and close. And let's see what clue number 1 is. Mort's favorite genre is not comedy horror. Favorite genre. Okay, Dr. Fright likes psychological, so he stays in. Geppetto likes supernatural, so he stays in. Oh, I hope this is helpful. Okay, Hunter likes comedy horror, so he comes out. The Hunter comes out. He was way out here on the tarmac, and we replace him with an informant. Ratchet Lady likes supernatural. Yeah, that was probably only in Razorface. Likes gothic. If we had pulled that first, how many people would have it removed? I'm just going to look. 2. We got very lucky with our first pull. Okay, so we're down to 4 suspects, y'all. 4 suspects left. It's either Dr. Fright, Geppetto, Ratchet Lady, or Razorface. So now... Here's a question. We could search and get that and try and get that hammer. Yes, good call. Ardan Henry catching me out on. We have this minor dark power. Whenever you reveal a clue, you take a damage. Now I could have converted my single success to 2 successes, and then I would be able to get rid of that. I think now that I think about that, that probably would have been worth it. So I think we're going to retcon slightly. I'm going to take back this time because I'm going to instead discard 2 cards to convert this into a second success, and that means we can get rid of this because that only works when you roll them on an interrogate or a coerce. So I will get rid of this short rest and this weak attack to convert to a second success so that we can then get rid of this card. Discard this card when the finale is revealed or after resolving 2 stars on either an interrogate or coerce card. So this is going. And then you reveal the clue so we don't actually have to take the damage. Good catch, Arden Henry. That's why I rely on the live chat to help me play the game right. Okay. So now, I think we risk it and we try and interrogate Dr. Fright. Let's just see what happens. Now, it might be that we end up unable to buy any cards again if it costs us 3 times, because it will cost us 3 times unless we roll 2 successes, but I think it's worth trying to get through these clues. So, we're risking it. I really should lower the horror. Actually, before I do this, let me play a focus card. Let me try and lower the horror. So first I will play a focus card. So 2. Okay, 1 success on that. So the horror comes down 1. We do lose a time, but now we have a tiny buffer here. Okay. Now I'll play the interrogate. We're going to interrogate Dr. Fright right there. Just 2 successes would be great. Let's get 2 successes. Come on. Hi, dice. That's the opposite of 2 successes. So we lose 3 time, which means our turn is over. The horror goes up by 1, so it's a good thing we lowered it. This comes back into our hand and we panic the suspect. And I get 2 tier dice. Or excuse me, 2 tier tokens. I always call them, I don't call them the right thing. Oh, move this. So I'm gonna go put my clue card back. All right, so Dr. Fright runs away. So that's a 6. So he goes to this exit space. Boo. Blurg. Okay. I think, oh yeah, that has to be my turn. That has to be the end of my turn because I've hit this little X thing, which means you can't take any actions anymore. We could though, you know what we could do? If my actions are spent, no, it immediately ends my turn. I can't spend tier dice to continue, right? Like your turn's done. That's what this symbol means. No more actions. No more actions can be taken. Action phase immediately ends. I was about to cheat, but I'm not going to do it. All right. So that's done. So upkeep phase, I have no time to spend on new cards. And there's nothing to take here. So everything just goes back. But I still have a decent hand size because I had so many cards in my hand last turn. And I was able to get that interrogate back. So now we do the killer phase. Let's see if he attacks this time. Or they attack this time. We do not know who the killer is. Yeah, Shazira, I am playing with the tier dice, which gets me some little bonuses when I roll bad, which is often. All right, let's see who we got. We got Baghead, which I think we pulled out. Yeah. Okay, so nothing happens, but that comes out of the game. I bet next turn we're gonna have a killer phase. That phase is gonna be killer. All right, let's pull a terror card. Everybody's a suspect. All right, we pull a suspect, and they're gonna do a thing. This will probably be someone. Metal 219. The tier dice are very handy for like building up some momentum with your failures. Ratchet Lady. Okay, Ratchet Lady is still in, so she will act and do this. This goes back into the bag. Ratchet Lady is, oh, here. I think I called this the poltergeist earlier, but this is Ratchet Lady. She's in the space with an informant. So she's going to target a victim. She's in the space right here with one. move. She doesn't need to move. They're already in the space. And attack. So this informant dies. So the bloodlust will go up by 1, which isn't so bad to start. If no one was attacked, the horror level goes up. But luckily someone was, because the horror level, that would be pretty bad if it went up 1 more. This, all things considered, not so bad. All right, now we pull our booth event. Sorceress Marvels. Like arcane wonders. They're pretty good. These are pretty good. Roll a die. A 2. We will spawn a victim in the Sorceress Wonders booth. Okay. You know, there are a lot of moving parts to this, but I feel like it's running fairly smoothly, honestly. My turn. I would like to save some victims, if possible, and also interrogate some fools. So, oh my gosh, there's too many people in here. I have an idea. I am going to discard this walk card to create a panic. It says during the action phase, discard any action card to take this. Then I'm going to play this, because if I can panic people into some of these exits, I can save like the Starlet, for example, or the Media Darling, or whoever she was. So we're going to try and create a panic, because if I'm successful, if I get 2 successes, I can choose where they panic. If I get 1 success, I can modify my panic roll result by 1. And if I get no successes, then they just panic and I have no control over it. So let's see what I get here. 2 dice still. What is wrong with the dice today? I'll take 2 cheer tokens. I have rolled more failures today than I think I have in a long time in this game. Normally I roll a lot of conversions, but this is straight failures. So I'm going to lose a time and I'm going to panic each victim in my space. That's a lot of people. All right, get to panicking. We'll just go down the line. This person goes to the exit. Oh, I need to roll 2 dice. We'll just let that stand, but because they're in the hall. Okay, 7. This person goes back to there. 6 here. 11 here. They're all really spreading out. This is not great. Oops, oops, oops. 9 here. This did not work out the way I wanted. 9 here. Come on, Media Darling, go over here. Get a 2. No, 10. Oh, you know what though? She does go to this exit. That's very interesting. And then this one. 5 here. Okay. So she did move to an exit. I could try and move here, save her, and interrogate. Does anything happen when I save her? If you save her, you may look through the unused item cards and choose one to take. Bye, Woodsy. Thanks for being here. So we're going to try and do that. Okay. So now I'm going to use 2 tiers to walk. I'm just going to move a space. I'm not going to spend any cards to do it. I'm going to save her because I'm in the exit. So just like with that nosy reporter, I shove her out. Shove her out. The tier dice seem to be loaded for maximum tiers today, Sylvester. You are not wrong. So she is saved. When I save a victim, I gain a time. based on my ability here. And now we have a number of things to resolve. I'm going to roll a die. If I roll a 3 or less, I can get my ultimate ability. I rolled a 4. Of course I did. So not yet. Then, because I saved the special victim media starlet, I can look through the unused item cards and choose one. Where did I put my unused item cards is the question. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the thing is I did shower right before Ardine and Henry, but it wasn't with the no tears shampoo, so that was my mistake. Okay, I get to just pick one of these. Box cutter. This is hilarious. Deodorant. Choose a victim in your space and panic that victim. You may reroll once, keeping the new result. Food. That gives you healing. Convention program. You may look at the top card of the booth or booth event. No, who cares? Convention beer. Use to roll an additional die for all horror rolls for the rest of the action phase. Discard this item and all cards in your hand at the end of the action phase. Cash money. Use to take a search action card into your hand from anywhere. I'm taking the box cutter. Let's give myself some little added in one hand. Some little added damage for when I start actually trying to do some damage. Okay. I think that's the things. Now I'm going to try and interrogate again. So, I just want to roll 2 successes. I just don't think that's asking so much, you know? I really don't. I don't think it's asking too much to want 2 successes for my interrogation. It happened! Yeah, the dice have not been kind until this moment. Ooh, the box cutter would be very cool as a bonus to searches as well. I agree with you. Okay. I'm so pumped. It actually happened. So we do panic the suspect and reveal a clue, but I only lose 1 time to do it. So, let's panic Dr. Fright and then we'll reveal our clue. Okay, a 5. So he goes into the main hallway. He runs away from me because I'm like, "Are you a killer? What's going on?" And he's like, "I don't know. I'm just a person in a costume." So let's look at clue number 3. Clue number 3. I love this. This is such a fun version of this game. This is obviously a sponsored stream. Click the link if you're interested in checking out the game. They sponsor me to play this every month. But I'm really enjoying this version of it. Okay, 3. Yes, that's what I flipped over. Be helpful. Mort's favorite villain is not... Mort's favorite villains are not psychopaths. Interesting, because I think he's one. Maybe that's why he doesn't like them. He's like... Because you know how, like, if someone's too similar to you, a lot of times you don't get along? Because they bug you? Because it's all the things about yourself that, like, you know? Like, that's what he thinks. He's like, I'm the best psychopath, so I don't like them. Okay, so let's see. Who has a psychopath? Favorite horror movie villain? Vampires? No. Psychopaths? Ghosts, extraterrestrial. So we only got rid of 1. Oh my gosh, we still have 3. But we did get rid of Ratchet Lady. So she comes off the board and becomes an informant. Okay, that's something. So we have 3 left. And I think I only have 3 cards left in my hand. I'm gonna stop my turn. Oh, that's so nice, Von Blade says, and thank you to Van Ryder Games for giving Paula a reason to keep us company. Hello, Alexander. Thanks for being there in the YouTube chat. Okay. So it's the planning phase. And I have 5 time to spend. I think we get a coerce. I think we get a sprint. So we can start moving around here. And I think we get a close call. That's 5 time. So that gets added to our hand along with these cards. Oh gosh, let's see what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Y'all, when am I going to get sleeves for these cards? Look at this. I say it every time I stream. Look how worn out they are on the edges. I've had this game since season 1, and I play it basically once a month since then, so these cards are a little grimy. Okay, then these go back. So interrogate will go here, create a panic goes here, walk goes there. And now this we will not worry about anymore. And now it's the killer phase. So highly likely to be pulling, again, an actual killer situation. It is Razorface, who is still one of our suspects. So Razorface will do the killer action. So where is he? Oh, this guy. Oh, yes, of course. Razorface. They're so small. It's kind of hard to tell. Too late now. Better get new cards. Okay, so this is Razorface. He's in a space, of course, with a victim. Sorry, my document camera was still up. Blocking things. We have 2 more clues to reveal. Okay. Now, if you were to get to the last tarot card and do the finale before you'd figured it out, Mort gets revealed at that point, but he like buffs himself based on the number of clues you haven't revealed yet. Just so you know, but I don't think we're gonna have to deal with that. But let's see. Okay, so Razorface is going to target this victim and kill them, doing 1 damage. That raises the bloodlust by 1. So 1 more and we'll reveal the dark power. And now he's got a movement of 2 and an attack of 2. And then we'll reveal our terror card and see if anything else bad happens. I want to see what your insides look like. That's horrifying, Mort. Oh, we have to pull another... I hope someone's attacked. The horror's going to go up by 1 if no one's attacked. So now I hope we do pull an... Oh, no. This is Geppetto. Geppetto's still in. Okay, very good. Geppetto will do some killing. This is bad no matter what. So Geppetto, they prioritize informants, and it's a little hard to see, but both of these are informants, so he won't go after the industry bad boy yet. But he's going to... Oh, no! Read the whole card, Paula. He's going to target me. Move and attack. If no one was attacked, can he get to me? Oh, no. 2 movement. I think he can, actually. 1 to the main hallway. And then 1 into my space. And he's going to attack me. And I don't have any defense because I wasn't expecting this. So I'm going to take 2 damage. So the horror doesn't go up. And the bloodlust doesn't go up because he hasn't killed anyone. But I was attacked for 2 damage. So I have 3 health left. Blech. Okay. Well, that's that. Now we pull our booth card. Yeah, I was trying to think who is the real life industry bad boy. I think we could say it's Matthew. Why not? Speaking of, make sure you are checking out Matthew's videos for his travel. channel. They are really good. You should go check out his latest one where he visited the country of Georgia, and it's a very cool video. Booth event. Oh, Van Ryder Games. All right, we roll a die. 2. So that means we spawn a victim in the Van Ryder Games booth. All right. It is my turn. Well. I don't have an interrogate card, which is a bummer. I have a coerce, which means I need to get into a space with informants. So, wow, I have a lot of cards right now. Let's focus, and then should we focus and then try and sprint? Or should we sprint? Should we wait and focus at the end? Let's sprint and see if we can get in here with some with these informants. 2 dice, but we have to try and give us at least 1 buffer before the end of the turn. All right, let's go. Let's go. I could just no, let's, yeah. It's a 3 and a 4. So I could spend 2 cards. Well, it's probably going to be my short rest and my weak attack to convert to 1 success. I can move up to 2 spaces, and I lose 1 time. So I'm going to go 1, 2 into here with these informants. And then I am going to coerce one of them to try and give me information. I need a clue. I need a clue. So, come on. Okay, 1 success. So I lose a time. I'm not going to lose cards to convert that to a double success. It's fine. I remove the informant from the game. Goodbye. I scared them away. And I reveal a clue. Second to last clue, everyone. Okay, it's going to be clue number 5. Let's see what clue number 5 says. Mort's favorite Van Ryder games are not designed by AJ. Oh, AJ, that's so sad for you. Favorite VRG game designed by AJ. Hold on, let me make it so you can see it. Oh, just this is the only one. Our last clue will determine which one of these 2 it is. Dr. Fright or Geppetto. Razorface is out. It ain't you, bud. It ain't you, baby. So he comes out of the game. He's replaced by an informant. He was, I believe, in the Arcane Wonders. Excuse me, not at Arcane Wonders booth. Okay. Okay. I wish I had another coerce, but I do not. I cannot do that twice. So we're a little ways away from being able to fully determine who the killer is. So we should start trying to like maybe buff ourselves up a little, because that's going to be happening soon. Could we save somebody? I am going to walk. Let me see if I can save some victims, okay? I'm gonna walk. Well, I hope I'm gonna walk. Let's roll 2 dice, see where I go. Okay, that is 1 success, which means I can move up to 1 space, and I lose a time. I'm gonna come into this main hallway. Oh, he will not follow me. Remember, victims will not follow me out of exhibitor spaces, so they stay. But I'm going to spend my 2 tier dice to move to this exit so that I can save this victim. That gains me a time back because of the ability here. And now I just need to roll lower than a 5. Oops, sorry. I'm I'm not close up on my card. Lower than a 5. I've saved 5 victims. If I can roll lower than a 5, we'll roll this die. I can get my ultimate ability. I rolled a 3! I did it! Okay. So this is, I can discard a victim of this card in exchange for one of the following. 2 time, 1 health, move a space. Or I can do 2 victims to lower the horror, get +1 on my next attack, or add a die to my horror roll. Pretty sweet. Yeah, victim's been waiting in line for 2 hours to get that game. They're not leaving the exhibitor booth for anything. Von Blade is guessing that is going to be Dr. Fright in the end. Okay. All right. Noted, Von Blade. Ultimate ability. Ultimate. Okay. That, and then I'm going to focus. See if we can give ourselves a little buffer. So 2 dice. Come on. 1 success. That will lower the horror by 1, and I will lose a time, but that's okay. I'm not going to convert the other die because I want to hold on to my cards. Okay. Very good. That's me. So we need to start thinking about some things, right? And that is protection and attacks. Ooh, that's very smart. Okay, I will set up before, let me finish this round, and then as we start the next round, I will set up a poll in the Twitch chat, and people can bet channel points for if it's Dr. Fright or Geppetto. I like that idea. All right, so I have 3 points to spend. I think I need to spend all of them on an interrogate, actually. Because I can't get the coerce back this turn. And I need to solve this. So I think all 3 need to go on to this interrogate. Unfortunately. I could discard a victim from 2 more time. I think I'm going to wait. I think I'm going to wait on that. I think it'll be okay. Bye, Tantarlus. Have fun. So all these cards are going to go back. I'm going to reset my time. Oh, I get this walk. Okay. Coerce goes here. Sprint. Weak attack. Short rest. All right. So now it's the killer phase. So let's pull from the bag and see if the killer does anything terrible. It's the hunter. No, nothing happens. But every time we pull one from the bag, it's more and more likely that we pull either Dr. Fright or Geppetto. But the closer you get to figuring it out, the fewer actual killers are in here. Is there a live episode happening for Lost in the Shuffle tomorrow, Tan? I don't know about that happening, so no. I will not. If it's live, I'm not. No one's told me about it, so I don't think I'll be there. I think it's going to be okay. It's something you never want to say in a horror film, says Ardan Henry. Yeah, if you want more of me, I don't have a link for it right now, but go onto YouTube and look for Lost in the Shuffle on the Game Night Picks YouTube channel. And I'm one of the hosts on a bunch of those episodes, and they're super fun. So go check them out. Okay. So nothing happens here, so let's pull a tarot card. Meta Massacre. Uh-oh, we got to pull another one. Repeat this effect 3 times. Oh boy. All right. This was Hans. So that comes out. Oh no. Razor face. So that comes out. One more. Oh my gosh. How many are even in here still? 1, 2, 3. That's not good odds. But at least we're only getting 1 big attack. Ratchet Lady. That comes out. Wow. All that's left in here. Oh, wait. No, there's more than 3. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, thank you for doing the prediction. Reality, thank you for setting that up. I really appreciate you. I didn't have to do it. Man, show some love to our mods. They're the best. Hi, is that Monique before you play? Hello, I'm sorry I'm just now seeing your message. Over there on YouTube, how are you? So we have 3 left in here. 2 of which are possibly killers, and 1 is the big bad wolf. We lucked out here, but it did make us go through. We're gonna be much more likely to pull killer stuff now. That's rough. All right, time for a booth card. Publicly traded company games is cool mini or not. Right? That looks like the CMON logo, right? Anyway, so you can do predictions. I think they're open right now. I think Reality redid them because you accidentally put in Doc, you accidentally put in Razorface. Whatever. Okay, let's roll a die and see what happens. 3, so we spawn a victim in that space. We haven't pulled very many booth events. We've had a couple. Okay. All right. Now it's back to me. I think we've had a very lucky time in a lot of things. Could we have saved this victim last turn? We're in the space with them. So I think we just can save them. We probably could have done that last turn. I think I was waiting to think, oh, but this is an informant. So if I had a coerce card, I could get information from them, but I don't have a coerce card. So I think we're just gonna save this victim. We're in an exit. Boop. So that will just come over here. So now we have a bunch of meeples we can spend for special powers. We've got to come into here and do some interrogating. So nice to see you here, New. I hope I run into you at Gen Con. So I think we I think we walk. We need to walk into here. I don't have any tears to spend, so we're gonna have to actually just try to walk. Okay. 2 dice. Wait a minute, Hulk Hogan died? Was that our 3? We had Malcolm Jamal Warner. Incredibly sad and tragic. Ozzy Osbourne, and then Hulk Hogan? Are you kidding me? Hey, account. Thanks for joining us over on YouTube. Okay, well, we have a tier dice and a convert. You know what? I'm going to be risky. I'm going to let this be a no successes, because that means I'm going to be able to get 1 tier token. And for no successes, I can still move up to 1 space, which puts me in the space with Dr. Fright. I will take a damage. So I only have 2 health, so I need to actually do some healing. And I do lose 2 time to do that. But I could discard meeples or victims to get health back. Now I'm going to interrogate. Okay. So let's roll some dice and see what happens. I just need 1 success. Come on. I got 2 successes. Yes. Okay. So I lose 1 time. And we're going to get our last clue, which means we're going to go into the finale. Oh my gosh, I need to get cards. Panic the suspect and reveal one clue. So let's panic the suspect. 4. Oh, we're in the hall, so we need to roll both. Okay, 7. So they go here. And then we get our last clue. Clue number 2. All right. Let's see what clue number 2 is. It's our last one. We're going to see whose predictions were right. Mort's favorite villains are not ghosts. Favorite villains are not ghosts. Oh, it's not Geppetto. It's Dr. Fright, because Geppetto's favorite villain is a ghost. Who said Dr. Fright? You are correct. So here's what happens. When we reveal, I think, do we go right into the finale? Hold on. Flip over the final suspect card. There he is. We found him. And replace the basic finale card with the suspect card. The finale is now active. If the dark power hasn't been revealed, reveal it immediately. Mort immediately receives the amount of health indicated on the suspect card. So if we're in the finale, do we stop pulling terror cards? I've never, triggered the finale without doing it through the tarot cards, right? Matthew Lillard was the villain, but also Skeet Ulrich. Ginny, you've won so many channel points now. Hey, Icarus, how are you? So, this comes away. When the finale is revealed, flip this card over and place it on top of the booth deck. We no longer draw booth cards during the upkeep phase. This is now replaced with this. I'll just put it on top. He has 8 health. That's not so bad. And we immediately reveal our dark power because we hadn't done it yet. Toxic Whispers. Hey, who cares? Roll 1 or fewer dice when resolving, interrogate, or coerce. Don't matter anymore because we don't need to do that mess. Okay, but we do need to pull out a bunch of health tokens and we need to quickly try to kill this guy. Bye, Metal. Thanks for being here. I know Skeet Ulrich is his real name, by the way. That's sure something, or at least it's the professional name he goes by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For anyone who's curious, Matthew Lillard is an incredibly lovely human who I've been super lucky to meet and play D&D with. He's so nice. I love him so much. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When revealed, remove oh no. Y'all. I was gonna heal. When revealed, remove short rest and long rest from the game. Then remove a 0-cost action card for each unrevealed clue. Well, I revealed them all, so I don't have to worry about that. Man. I should have rested. I should have healed first. Okay, so no long rest anymore. And no short rest anymore. So I'm pretty sure since we're in the finale now, we are not going to pull any more tarot cards. Can you believe our Bloodlust track? This is the most managed our Bloodlust track has ever been. Okay. So I think it's technically still our turn. That was part of our turn. I don't think our turn ends. Imposter Hornist on YouTube makes an appearance. It could be winnable, Icarus. I don't feel like, I think we could do this even though we can't heal. It might be okay. Yeah, just as the finale is now active, it doesn't say that we like end the phase and skip to it. So I do still have some cards in my hand that we should probably... I'm in a general area. I could get that hammer. If I could get into an exhibit area and get that Van Ryder Games bag, that would let me take more things, which would be pretty cool. But I could wield a box cutter and a hammer because they both only take one hand, and I would be doing 2 extra damage every turn. Is his real name Brian Trout? His first stepdad name was Keith Ulrich. So he went by... Oh, that's so interesting, Rima. Okay. You know what? Let's try... Oh, it's going to take time, though. Okay, we'll do that on our next turn. I'm going to hold on to everything because I need 3 things. Oh, so Dr. Fright... Oh, he's 1 space away from me. This is horrible. So I think this suspect comes off the board. Forgive me if I'm not doing this right. And Dr. Fright is going to become Mort. And Dr. Fright was... Oh, shoot. Was he here? He's 1 space away, so it doesn't matter. I think he was in the space with the victim. I immediately forgot. I can get back health through Adrian's... I can discard meeples to heal. So I might do that. Okay, I'm going to get these cards back. Weak attack, focus, walk. I have 3 to spend. I cannot afford the retaliate unless I get rid of something. I could get rid of 1 focus card for a time and get this retaliate. I think I'm going to do that. He's going to attack twice. Target me, move, attack twice. I need to be able to survive both. So I am going to need to heal at least 1 point. Okay. I'm going to discard this focus card to get 1 more time. So I have 4 to spend on a retaliate. So that's what I'm purchasing. So these cards will go back into their market, and then I'm going to discard 1 victim for now to gain back 1 health as I'm able to on my card here. So I have 3 health, so I can withstand 1 attack, which would do 2 damage. Okay. That's the end of my turn. So it is now the killer phase. And he's 1 space away from me, so he can get to me. Oh, boy. All right, so he moves. He targets me, he moves. We're in the hallway now. Somehow no one else is in the hallway with us. And he will attack twice. So the first attack, I'm going to play retaliate to try and avoid it from happening. And do a little damage back. So I'm rolling 2 dice. I could spend a tier dice to get another time as well. I can discard 2 meeples and get an additional die for this roll. I'm going to do it. 2 meeples. 2 victims discarded to give me an additional horror die. So I'm rolling 3. And if I can get... It would be great to get 2 successes because I'll do 3 damage back to him. If I only get 1, I'll do 2 damage back to him, and not either way, as long as I get a success, I will not take any damage from him because he's doing 2. Yeah, reality is probably not in the rules about the tarot cards because this is the only future film, I think, where you can trigger the finale and still have tarot cards left. I'm going to say because we're in the finale, we're not pulling any more tarot cards. I think that is probably the correct rule. And if we find out that that's not true, I'm sure it will be in the comments below this video on YouTube. Okay, I got 1 success. So I think I'm going to hold on to my cards and just take the 1 success. I will reduce the damage from the attack by 2, so it means I take nothing. And I will do 1 damage to him from the card and 1 with my box cutter. So he's going to take 2 damage. Then he attacks me again. I have to take that. I probably should have taken that first, because that would put me down at 1 health. I'm going to retcon. I'm going to do the first one first, 1 health, which means I got to roll an extra die for this retaliate. That's a success, which means I get to do 1 additional damage to him. Thank you for letting me retcon. Okay. Because that strategically makes the most sense. That's the end of that. I'm not pulling terror cards because we're in the finale. So I don't think we should. Right? Does that make sense to everyone? I think that makes sense. We're in the final showdown. There's the arbitrary ruling. I think from a movie standpoint, we're in the final showdown. I'm fighting him. This is going down now. This is my final decision. Okay. So it's now my turn. I only have a weak attack, but I am gonna search. I'm in the general area, so if I can search and get this hammer, that's what we're gonna try and do. Okay, chat seems to be agreeing with me that no further tarot cards once you're in the finale. All right, rolling 2 dice. Okay, that is 1 success, which means I get to take the top item card. This is a general area, so I'm going to get this hammer. So I now have an extra 2 damage I can do. When you do, I never know this. There's a few, I know most of like the basic rules, but there are a few things I never know. Can your weapons, they can modify any attack card you have? When you have a different weapon in each of your hands. Oh no, when you have a different weapon in each of your hands, you must choose 1 to use. I can't use both. Come on, no. You know what? No. We're not going to play that way. It's too cool, the idea that I'm like whacking him with the hammer and stabbing him with the box cutter at the same time. Come on. No, we're playing by our own rules. Sorry, Van Ryder Games. Sorry, AJ and Evan. I'm playing by my own rules. Sorry. There's a special ability card for dual wield or a final girl whose ultimate is that. Well, I'm just doing it. Weapons can modify any of your attack cards, right? We're saying they can because, come on. There's something I think that I think it specifies if there's a specific card it won't modify. Or you could retcon again, having read the rules. No! I make the rules myself. It's so cool. It's too cool to not be able to do it. Okay. Now I weak attack. Because it's all I have. And then I'm going to use some stuff to do some things. I'm going to use stuff to do things. Should I spend anything to... Oh, I get an extra die because I only have 1 health. One success. That means... Oh, no. I can't, y'all. I have to convert one of these because it will kill me if I don't. So I have to convert one of these the 3 or the 4 to a success so I don't die. So I will do 3 damage to him though because I go stab, whack, but because I'm in really close doing 2 things, he almost gets me. So I'm going to have to discard 2 cards. I'll discard the walk and the focus and hold on to my close call. This is actually, it's not ideal situation. Because I need to not die on this next turn and only have 1 health left. So that's the end of my turn. So I need to get cards. Now I need to be able to protect myself. And unfortunately, the retaliate is not, it's not in here. Oh no. I think I might need to move away from him. I can't get the retaliate back because I just used it. I would have to get, I could get 2 guards. So I can't do any damage to him, but I can get both guards with my 4 time. Yes. So I can try and avoid. I will be fine against his attacks. Reality says, I love this sentence I found while looking for the finale rules. I think I've only flipped a finale once or twice in 15-ish plays. I'm sorry. So that person is always killing the killer before they get to the end of their terror deck? I don't even understand how that can be true. I'm sorry. I've missed a couple of chats over at YouTube. I'm so sorry. Christian, I'm so glad that you were able to catch a live stream. How is Denmark? I don't know how I missed it, but I hope you're still there. Okay, so I'm taking these 2 guard cards because I'm going to need them. And then the focus and the walk. Everything else goes back. I have no attack for next turn, though. I have to survive a couple of turns to make this work. Okay. But maybe I can. Maybe I can do this. So... yeah. Killer goes. He's going to attack me because he's in my space, so he doesn't need to move. He's going to attack twice. So I'm going to play my guard for the first one. I'm rolling 3 dice. If I could have got him down 1 more health, I'd be rolling 4 dice, but I'm not. And I just need a single success to avoid taking damage. Just 1 success. Okay, I got it. Phew! A 1, a 2, and a 6. So I reduce the damage by 2, and he's only doing 2 to me. Okay. Then he attacks again. I will play my other, where is it? Guard card that I got, and hope for the same situation. Oh my gosh, I literally, same situation. A 1, a 2, a 6 again. Ugh. It reduced the damage by 2. I take no damage, you dum-dum. You dum-dum. Get out of our gaming convention. It's me. I have nothing in my hand that is useful. So we are going to do nothing but spend the 6th time that we have to... That's hilarious. Reality says it's fine. They were cheating and using the full terror deck. That makes sense. That's so many cards. No wonder you were never getting to the finale. Oh, and yeah, maybe they weren't killing the killer. Maybe they die before they get to the finale phase. That's very funny. Okay. So, we're going to get back a focus, a walk, and a weak attack into our hand. I have 6 to work with. If I do a critical blow, that's all we need. That is all we need to take him out. He only has 2 health. And if he has health left over, I would have no way to... defend myself. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's try and actually play smart. I am going to discard one of my victims to gain 2 time. So that puts me up to 8. Then, if I discard these 2 cards, I get an additional 2 time for those. Which means I now have 10 to work with. Which means I can spend 6 on critical blow. And if for some reason I kill him but he still has health, I can last one more round with a retaliate. Perhaps. Okay. That's, I think, the smartest way to play this. I really want to win. I really want to be smart in what I'm doing here. So, that's my whole turn. Which means he has to go. Oh, yeah, because he has to go again. So I have to get the retaliate. The critical blow wasn't even... Hold on. I've confused myself. I thought I was being smart, but I think I spent my whole turn doing that. But I still have to survive this round. He is going to attack me twice. So I need this first retaliate to hit. This is still a good plan, because then if he still has... It's just reverse. I will retaliate, and if that kills him... I unfortunately can't get any guard, because I had both in my hand this past turn. So I don't have access to them again right now. I've just put them back in the market. If he has health left after I take him out with my retaliate, then I can get him with my critical blow next turn. This is still a good plan. Okay. So, he is going to attack me. I'm going to play my retaliate. And I'm going to spend my last 2 victims to add a die to my horror roll. So I'm going to be rolling 4 dice. Hoping for 1. 1 is fine. 1 success would be fine. But ideally 2 successes. I just rolled 3 successes. Oh, that's great for the cards where you can roll. There's some cards where you can roll 3 successes to get something cool. Okay, so I just did 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to him. I ignored all damage from his attack. His health comes off. The phase ends, and we find out if he has any health left, and if I need to try and play one more turn. Here we go. Or should I put it here? That's a little easier to see. Okay, we're going to flip this over and see. I whack him with the hammer. I stab him with the box cutter. He goes down. I turn around, wiping blood from my face. Does he stay down, or does he come back at me? He stays down! Ooh, ooh. Y'all, we did it! That's the wrong direction. We won! Good thing is you using both items was of no consequence. Yeah, I didn't actually need the extra damage from that. I did it! I did it! I won! It's my new favorite feature film because I won it. I think we mostly played this correctly. So I think with a few maybe small exceptions where maybe we messed something up, I think this was a legit win and a pretty good rules coverage. Ugh. Now I have to try and win it as me. This is such y'all. Maureen and Adrian to have these. Now they have different abilities here. This was such a cool way to get the ultimate ability, and then this. I mean, this made the difference. This was so cool, and because we also got very lucky because our first clue eliminated half the suspects, which means we were not pulling. We didn't have a lot of killer action, so our bloodlust stayed really low. So, I mean, this just worked out in our favor today. Yeah. I didn't do much cheating. Hello, my name is 11. I only did one cheating. And that was just I house ruled for cinematic effect. Which was just that I used both weapons. That's the only thing I did that I think wasn't correct. I think everything else was fine. I retconned a couple things, but it was just like, oh, I should have done these actions in this order instead. And I think that's pretty good. The first clue was massive. Yes, it made such a big difference. I think this might be my new favorite feature film. I loved having to do the clues. That was so cool. And I know this game went particularly well for me, so maybe that's why I'm feeling that way, but this one was really fun. Thank you so much to Van Ryder Games for sponsoring this. Please go check them out. Show them some support because they support so much of what I do, and I really appreciate them. Thank you for tuning in. If you were watching live on YouTube or watching live on Twitch, thank you so much for being here and joining me for this. If you are watching this after the fact on YouTube, thank you so much. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you ever want to see these live, you can catch them here on YouTube or over at twitch.tv/Paula Deming. They happen typically once a month. And not really a set schedule. It's just kind of when it fits in around everything else. So you just kind of have to keep an eye out for it, I guess. Yeah. I guess that's it. We're going to say goodbye to YouTube, and then over on Twitch, I'll come back to this screen, and we'll set up a raid and end things. We've gone for quite a while now. It's 11:30 here, so I've got stuff to do. So yeah, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate you, and I will see you all. I'll see you all soon. On Monday over on Twitch and at Gen Con if you're going to be there. Awesome. Thanks, y'all. Bye. All right, y'all. We back.